So I realized something this week. I need to get back to basics because I don't like to cook. I used to like to cook, but I don't anymore. So by getting back to basics, what I mean is I'm gonna start meal prepping again. I go to the refrigerator or the pantry, I open it up, I stare into this abyss waiting for something to jump out at me, and guess what? It doesn't. And let's be honest, you can only eat bacon, eggs, and sausage so many nights in a row before you get tired of them. Even though I'm a breakfast person, I love breakfast for dinner, but it's getting old. So meal prepping is back. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristi. Over here, we're going to be talking about weight loss, keto, low carb, recipes, and things of that nature. So if that's what you're looking for, then you might want to go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when I upload, you're going to know. Make sure you go ahead and follow me over on Instagram too. I'll have it right here for you guys. I post on my stories daily. There are lots of before and after photos over there. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There is the most amazing Facebook group. It's called All Things Keto with Kristi. Over 27,000 members, and we are a family. So if you want to join my family over there, come hang out with us, get recipes, get questions answered, get motivation and support. That's the place for you. I'm going to link it in the description box. That way, all you have to do is click on it. It's going to take you right on over. Enough chats. Let's go ahead and get started with today's meal prep video. I am going back to some of my favorite recipes, things that I've not made in months, maybe even a year. It's time to meal prep. I'm needing some keto crackers in my life, and this is a recipe I came up with probably about 2 years ago at this point. I have that. I will link it if you want to go watch it. This time I am going to modify it just a little bit. This is going to be the easiest low carb keto cracker recipe ever. And remember, like most of my recipes, this one is going to be customizable. So go ahead and preheat your oven at 350 degrees. You're going to need almond flour, ground flaxseed, and water. That's it. The rest is up to you. Main ingredient, almond flour. This is going to be 1 cup. Now, my favorite almond flour is Blue Diamond, and I have tried so many almond flours. So if you're still searching for the perfect one, try this one. It's finely sifted, it's not gritty, it's not grainy, and I buy the massive bags at Sam's. Next ingredient is going to be flaxseed. Now I buy the whole flaxseed and I just grind it myself. You're going to want 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. Now before we move on, remember, if you pick up any type of flaxseed, this needs to be refrigerated because it can go rancid. So if you want it to last longer, refrigerate. Now I'm just taking a fork and I'm going to give this a quick mix and break up any of those large pieces of almond flour. This is the portion of the recipe where it becomes completely customizable. I'm going to add some pink salt. I'm going to also try something I actually haven't before. Everything but the bagel seasoning. And you know I love that. And I'm also going to add some garlic powder. Starting out with the salt first. In case any of you are wondering, the salt and pepper grinders are from Amazon. I'll link them below. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Everything but the bagel seasoning, I'm just going to shake it in there till I feel like it's enough. It would have probably been easier if I'd have just took the lid off. Before I add the last ingredient, though, I am going to give this just a quick toss. Now to be able to turn this into a dough, I need a liquid. I've measured out about 3 tablespoons of water. I'm not going to add all of that at once. I'll add a little bit at a time, mix it, and then add more until it forms a dough ball. So you may not need all of this. There's my mixed up dough ball. And look, I didn't use all the water. It's weird. Sometimes it takes it all. Sometimes you don't need it. So add a little bit at a time. Lay your dough ball on parchment paper and take a second piece. We're going to layer it over top and we're just going to flatten and roll this out. That's right, grandma's rolling pin. You want to roll out this dough till it's about 1/8 of an inch, and that is gorgeous. Okay, I'm excited for some keto crackers. The trick to cutting these is a pizza cutter. So take your roller, and what we're gonna do is just make vertical lines And then you're gonna go back in and do horizontal lines so that you get little squares. The beauty is each one is gonna be unique, just like a snowflake. If you want that little extra touch, take a toothpick and then just poke a little hole right in the center so that way it does look like a Cheez-It. So of course I did go through and I added little holes to the centers of each one of these. If you want to, you can dust this with some coarse salt. Onto your pan and into the oven. Remember, that oven is at 350 degrees. I already preheated it, and I'm gonna cook these for usually around 20 to 25 minutes until it's golden brown, but I start checking on them at about 15 minutes. These were in 21 minutes, and see how they got golden brown? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove them from the pan because I don't want them to continue cooking, and I'm just gonna let these cool a little bit. Now, once these have cooled for just a few minutes, they're gonna break apart really easily. So you don't have to wait till they completely cool, but you do want to go ahead and break these apart. That way, they're not gonna be just in one big stick. You got little crackers. Seriously, these crunchy pieces are my favorite ones, the ones that get really done. I've talked about this so many times in the past. I like my food crispy. Now, once they have completely cooled, you will want to store these in an airtight container. They don't last that long in my house. If you don't eat them within a few days, they do start to get a little soft. And if you're like me, like that crispy food, you want to not make like 3 or 4 batches of these. They're so simple. You can make these up when you're ready to eat them, and you're not gonna have to wait. You can even store these in a baggie if you want to. Just make sure, like I said, they are completely cooled before you seal these up. I just have them in a glass dish, gonna put the lid on it, and I'll have these for chicken salad, egg salad, and just a snack on with maybe a cheese stick or a beef stick. I have an entire video on how to make low-carb, keto-friendly sausage balls. This is the best sausage ball recipe. I played around with recipes for quite some time. This one's been out for about 2 years. It's amazing. I've not made them in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and make up a huge batch of these so that we will have them on hand, and the kids love them. What I'll do is I'll link the recipe if you wanna see it in detail in the description box, and I'll also put it in the cards. You're gonna need almond flour, cheese of choice. I just get the Fiesta blend because it is a blend of different types of cheeses. And you're gonna need Parmesan cheese, pound of sausage, an egg, seasonings of choice. I'm using salt, a little bit of cayenne pepper. I'll either use that or red pepper flakes. Garlic, because I already talked about this. I put garlic in everything. Baking powder, and we're gonna need 1 tablespoon of melted butter. So let's go ahead and start there. I'm just gonna throw everything in one big bowl, mix it together, and start rolling out some sausage balls. Make sure you go ahead and preheat that oven to 350 degrees. So I went ahead and I melted 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 cup of almond flour, 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 cups of shredded cheese. Like I said, using the Fiesta blend, use whatever you like best. And if you want to use cheddar, sharp, if you want to use your own shredded cheese, cut back on those creepy carbs, go for it. Also like to use 1/3 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, 1 pound of uncooked sausage, and then seasonings of choice. Definitely salt. I always like to add garlic, and then something for a little bit of a kick. So I like to put something spicy. This time, a dash of cayenne. Mix all of this up thoroughly. Line your cooking sheet with parchment paper. Easier cleanup. Once you have this mixed together, you're going to start rolling out sausage balls to the size that you prefer. I know some people like them larger. We like them bite size. So I already have an entire tray here that's going to go into the oven. This makes about 50. Okay, going into the oven, I like to bake them till they're golden brown, usually about 20 to 25 minutes. Of course, I will check on these throughout that time period. 25 minutes on the first batch. I just put those out on a paper towel, let them cool, and then I put them in the glass container while we wait on the others. And yes, we have already been in these. Once completely cooled, I store these in the sealed container in the refrigerator, and I honestly do not know how long they last because they're usually gone in this household within a day or two. To warm them up, I just put a few in the microwave, but I guess you could do it in the air fryer. I haven't tried that way. Don't think I have the macros on these. I may on the original video, and again, that will be linked for you guys. This is the easiest keto-friendly low-carb mousse you will ever make. All you need, sweetener of choice, flavorings. I'm gonna go with Hershey's Cocoa and the Lakanto peanut butter powder and heavy whipping cream. Starting out with 1 cup heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of each. So 1 tablespoon of the Hershey's Cocoa and 1 tablespoon of the peanut butter powder. This one is gonna be monk fruit sweetened. Now, if you've only got Hershey's Cocoa that's unsweetened and you wanna go with it, go with 2 tablespoons of that. But I am seriously all about the peanut butter and chocolate together. The Lakanto no sugar added peanut butter powder though does have monk fruit sweetener in it. There's that 1 tablespoon. So that means you're going to need less sweetener in this. Now, if you want a granulated sweetener in it like Swerve, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of that. But since the powder's already pre-sweetened, I'm just going to put a few drops of the Lakanto monk fruit extract. This is the vanilla flavor, and I carry this with me pretty much everywhere I go. Now, with your hand mixer, just go ahead and beat this until you get some stiff peaks. That usually takes about a minute. Now I'm gonna go ahead and divide this out into little individual cups. Put the lids on these, store them in the fridge. When you're ready to eat, all you gotta do is pull them out and then add some more sugar-free whipped heavy cream topping right there to the center, and you have a nice, quick, keto-friendly, sugar-free snack. I wanted to brown up some ground beef. Now, I just pick up the 93.7. That way, if I want to add my own fat, I can. I don't go grass-fed, obviously, all the time. It's a dirty keto lifestyle over here. But I wanted to make this into taco meat. Now, I don't have a recipe because I just throw it all together. But the ingredients that I add in are pink salt, either onion powder or minced onion. Today I'm going to use up the rest of my minced onion, cumin, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, paprika, and chili powder. So let me tell you what the plan is. This is why I wanted some taco beef, so that I could open this up, crumble up the chips a little bit, not too much. These are the high-low chips. These, I order them off of Amazon. They have several different flavors, but the ones I like best are the spicy salsa. Put through the week when I want something like this. Like I said, open it up, add a spoonful of my ground taco beef into this, some salsa, some cheese, some sour cream, guacamole, all of the taco fixings, and then just eat it straight out of the bag. What is that called? Like walking tacos? I'm not sure. Walking nachos? I don't know. But that's the plan for this week. So wanted to go ahead and have this ready, and that way I would have no excuses. Honestly, I have used packaged taco mix so many times in the past. I'm trying to be a little more careful now since I was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic, and they do, just be aware, have some sugar, maltodextrin, dextrose, and stuff in those. You're gonna be able to find tons of recipes for homemade ranch mix, homemade taco seasoning mix online in keto cookbooks. I don't measure anything. You can see, just threw my beef in a pan and then threw all of the seasonings on top. I'm gonna go ahead and cook this up. It's that simple. And if you don't have one of these little spatulas and smashers, I call it a smashula, in your life yet, you need to. It makes chopping up your beef in the pan so much easier. See how fine it smashes or chops up your beef? I don't like big chunks of beef. It's like a texture thing for me, so I like mine chopped up. Once this is cooked up, just transfer it over to your glass dish or whatever you're gonna store it in. Obviously, wait till it completely cools before you cover it. Now, I know you guys know how to brown beef. My point with all this is, if you have a tray of raw beef in the fridge and you're in a hurry, you need a quick meal, you're more likely to reach for something that's not going to be as healthy. This is already cooked up. Now all I'm going to do is just warm a little bit of it, add all of my other ingredients to that bag, and have walking tacos, walking nachos, whatever you want to call them. And I have, like I said, no excuse not to go ahead and just eat a nice, healthy, low-carb, keto-friendly meal. I'm seriously that person. Are you all that person? Out of sight, out of mind? This tray of beef was in the back of my fridge, and it would have probably stayed back there until it went bad if I didn't go ahead, cook it up, add it to a glass container so I can see what's in there, and that way I'm more likely to reach for it when I open the fridge. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, I'm gonna have discount codes linked below in the description box, plus any of the recipes that I did that have videos with them. You can just go there and you can check them out. Remember, go ahead, like, follow, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, come check me out on Instagram, join that Facebook group. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.